Good morning, Nigerians. Welcome to News Points channel. It's another edition of News Point channel on the streets. Today we are here at the newsstands to look at the trending issues happening in Nigeria. Now today we have to look. We have so many diverse of newspapers stories here around the globe. Around the globe. So today we have to look at, despite 3.25 trillion has been budgeted for the defense sector, bandits is still running riot in the state of Nigeria. Abuja is not is not safe, and then Katsina too is not safe, and then other parts of the states cities in Nigeria too are not safe. So today we have one of our reviewers here to dissect this issue of national issues. We have one of our reviewers here to dissect this issue of national issues. You, Mr. Chinedu, a very wonderful morning to you. And now, this is the first time coming to News Point TV. Our topic for today is we are looking about, despite 3.25 trillion being budgeted, being given to budget for the Ministry of Defence, banditry and kidnapping is still looming. A very huge amount of budget have been signed to the Ministry of Defence. Now, the same government people do not diverse means to bring insecurity to an end. What do you think that, as a Nigerian, how will you react to this?
Well, the issue of insecurity has been going on in Nigeria, and it become pronounced, become a public threat.
A public threat.
When Jonathan was still in power, and you know what transpires then. Later on, we begin to see a lot of revelations in that regard. How the northern people, let me put it that way, or mafias, or whatever them, or forum, or whatever, politicians, use it as a means, to destabilize Jonathan's government. Remember the bombing of UN house in Abuja, and so many things like that that took place in Abuja during under Jonathan. They were even boasting, later on that they know what they are doing and they know how to go about it. And this was both under Jonathan, And remember, with time, people like Aeropa should be questioned on how this thing escalated to the point where it is. How Fulani, the numbers were brought into the country, how militaries were brought into the country, to checkmate let me use the word spillover of what would have happened if Jonathan have won that election, I have lost that election. Nigeria would have been set on fire. But it's a questionable character on how insecurity become an issue in Nigeria today. That is one. Two, you cannot rule out sabotage, corruption on the security apparatus of this country. Money, many people are now using it as a means of, gathering, stealing resources, money, budget,
Sir, in spite of this, why has the security apparatus failed to do their work? Don't they track these people?
Because no, it's not a matter. If we are looking at that direction, we might miss it. The issue is this: the security system has been compromised, and because it has been compromised, they are using it to drive a particular agenda. That is their main aim.
So what's the agenda?
The agenda is one: they want continuity in governance. They want to take over the system. They want to impose their agenda on all the rest of Nigerians, and they can only do it through conquest. You saw what is happening between Israel and Hamas. when they have succeeded in inflicting fear on the minds of Nigeria, at the end of the day, that is conquest. Let me just give you an example of what the Fulanis want to achieve. We believe that the Hausas are the majority, while the Fulanis are the minority. But as it stands today, if by any means Nigeria disintegrates, the Fulanis are going to rule over the Hausas in the north. And there is this fear in Nigeria currently, even before now, that Nigeria is under Islamization agenda. That is just the truth. And for you to bring such plan, it has to go with a form of military movement in that regard, militia in that regard.
But is that the reason for this fight of insecurity everywhere? In every nooks and crannies of the country.
If the government are not involved, if the government are not involved, are you telling me if something happened in a place like America, by now they wouldn't have curtailed it? Look at what is happening in between Israel and Hamas.
Now. See, what are you saying? Is it that now the government is also part of this problem?
The government is see, let me tell you, if you look at the structure of the Nigerian system, you will know that a particular set of people in this part of the world are advancing a particular agenda.
But see, who are these people? Are they faceless? Not can Nigerians know them to call them out and then call them out that this is what you are doing? It is, let us put a full stop to this particular thing.
There was a time it was being reported in the media that a certain ex-general, former military head of state of this country, that his jet was used to supply us and drop food for herdsmen inside the forest. It was reported in the media. What did the government of Nigeria do about it? Yes, what did the government of Nigeria do about it? Nothing. Because they are part of the agenda. That is just the truth.
They are part of the agenda.
Yes, what is stopping a government, a legitimate, let me put it that way, government, from being able to curtail these excesses if they are not involved, if certain interests are not protected, if certain interests are not advanced.
Okay, now, sir. So now, what solution can you proffer to the government to put an end to this insecurity beef before we go to the next question?
They should be selfless. If the government is selfless, if the government will understand that the fundamental rule or law that governs government is to protect life and property. That is one. And any government that cannot protect life and property means that government is not useful.
That government is not useful.
It's not useful. That's what you say.
Okay, now, not another person. The former governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amechi, have told Nigerians not to leave the country. Now, let me use the term, not to japa. He said there was enormous opportunities in Nigeria. So he is now appealing. He's now begging all the youth in Nigeria, please don't leave Nigeria. There are a lot of opportunities in Nigeria because we've seen so many young Nigerians want to leave the country and they probably once they leave, they thrive. Now, how will you react to this? Should they still stick to what the former government is saying, or if they have this opportunity to leave the country, they should leave the country?
What Rotimi Amechi said, the former governor of Rivers State, that guy is just being diplomatic. What he's trying to tell you is that Nigerians voted what they want. That is not Nigerians. No, yes, it's not what he's telling them. That when they were telling Nigerians to do the right thing and they refused, they vote the right competence, vote competence, vote leadership. They did not. No, they are trying to jabber to where? The same people that said they want Nigeria, the unity of Nigeria are running away. The same people that said, they are Nigerians, nothing will happen. They are the ones now running away. So what Rotimi Amechi is trying to tell you at this point is that Nigeria should sit here and take responsibility of what they vote on themselves.
So Nigeria should sit and then fight the outcome of the struggle.
That's the truth. What are the opportunities when the health sector has collapsed? You can see the newspaper headline on Vanguard this morning. On the professionals are leaving. A lot of skilled workers are exiting the country. Why? Because they can no longer be able to meet up
wrong time to
livelihood,
succeed
the economic
in Nigeria
situation. Yes, that is
as
the truth.
cost of medicine skyrockets.
That's the truth. In less than 10 months of Tinubu's administration, that is where we are. And this thing will continue if proper, if things are not properly done. One, if they want this thing to be handled perfectly once and for all, they should do what exactly Gani Adams is talking about at this moment.
And now what the Ghana land
Gani Adams is talking about restructuring
structure Nigeria.
local government. Bro, there is no local government in Nigeria.
All the ones we have.
Bro, the local government is dead. There is no local government. The state governors has muscled them to the ground. The local government are nothing to write home about. That's the truth. So until we begin to have complete two tiers of government in that regard, but the security situation in Nigeria will continue. That's the way it is.
Thank you for coming to News Point TV, Mr. Chinedu.
Thank you, viewers. Thank you.
Good morning to you, Mr. Raphael. Welcome to News Point TV, where we discuss trending issues of political happenings in Nigeria. So today, on the streets, because the program is on the streets, letting people's views about political issues now. Let's find out which amount budgeted for the Ministry of Defense. Banditry and kidnappers are still overrunning the state of Nigeria. 3.2 trillion was being budgeted for the allocation for 2024 budget. Still, Nigerians cannot sleep with their two eyes closed. How do we react to it? Or what is happening?
Okay, let me tell you, one thing is for the president to read budget. Another thing is for the implementation of the budget. And when you implement, you use the money, the annual expenditure budgeted for a particular ministry or agency. Usage of that money, utilization of that money is another thing. And listen to me, because we are mentioning about trillions being budgeted. Are they going to use it? Are they going to implement most of the projects? You project security for Nigeria comes 2024. Behold, this is 2024. What have you done? What have you put in place as a country? If you go for securing of arms, procuring arms for most of the security agencies or agents, how sophisticated are those arms? You went to Israel, did you go to Russia, did you go to America, or are you just buying outdated arms and ammunition? So it's one thing to read, it's one thing to implement. The kind of money they budgeted for security, is it up to the money they budgeted for their salaries and their allowances? We don't have up to 5,000 people doing all this. But you can see that we are 230 million Nigerians and we are budgeted $40-something billion for securing security of the whole country. Thank you.
Sorry, 3.25 trillion.
The whole budget?
Yes.
Okay, the whole Nigerian budget.
Yes.
Thank you.
No, not the Nigerian budget.
For security.
Yes.
How has it been implemented? Because you can see the arms of the bandits, Boko Haram, and the other insurgents ISWAP in the north outsmart our own. Yes, they are more sophisticated than ours. We are using the kind of sophisticated weapon these guys are using are from Middle East, from Iran. They are sending it from Iran and other countries that are sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. So when you budget for Mark 4, somebody is using Kalashnikov, somebody is using machine gun, somebody is using AK-59. You know the cost of a gun. Well, let me tell you, we've not started to do anything. We have not started to take care of this system like called Nigeria. This contraption called Nigeria has faults in the foundation. See, let me tell you, we are 230 million officially, which of course you know we are more than. The health sector, I'm just giving instance. You budgeted 48 billion for 230 million people. Medications, medication wise, that's if somebody falls sick, you can go there and say, Oga, this is local government healthcare. They say this healthcare facility under Surulere, for instance, Surulere local government. Oga, fell sick, you will not get. Fell sick, you will not get. Do you know how much a sachet of paracetamol is being sold now? It is very, very offensive, very, very wrong to fall sick now in Nigeria. Okay, if you become sick, you are in trouble. Now, let me tell you, Augmentin is sold 25,000. Augmentin is for the treatment of typhoid. Let me tell you, Mr. David, they have read the budget, but there is no money to implement most of the projects we have at hand in this 2024.
There's no money to do. Okay, now, away from that now.
Yeah.
The former governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amechi, have told Nigerians, young Nigerians, that want to leave the country, not to japa. He said there are enormous opportunities in Nigeria. Now, he's now appealing to Nigerians that Nigerians should keep to these opportunities. So, you as a Nigerian, how would you react to this? Coming from the governor, when he was the governor of the state, there was high numbers of employment in the state. Now he's not telling Nigerians, now look at issues whereby most of these people, their children, their wife, their family are not in Nigeria. So using the opportunity to tell them because not to use Nigerians that they should start for better opportunities in Nigeria.
Okay, thank you so much. You know what? Let me tell you, Rotimi Amechi is part and parcel of the sickness, the disease that has infested Nigeria. Of the disease that infested us. Rotimi Amechi was a Minister of Transportation, I think, during Buhari regime. Rotimi Amechi was the governor of Rivers State during Jonathan regime. What has he done? Rotimi Amechi fought tooth and nail with the former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan, and his wife. And later, Wike took over as a governor of Rivers State, and they started fighting together, two of them, Rotimi Amechi. See, Rotimi Amechi is telling you not to japa, not to go. Who the hell does he think he is? He doesn't want you to japa so that you will stay in this system and die, and suffer and die. See, let me tell you, Rotimi Amechi is part of Tinubu. Rotimi Amechi is part and parcel of APC political platform that has put Nigeria to this kind of dilapidated situation. Rotimi Amechi will not say the truth because if he does, they will all hunt him. He won't blame the same government. He was part of the trouble that has bewitched Nigeria from this same government, this same administration. So what he has to tell you, don't japa. There are many opportunities in Nigeria for you. Where are those opportunities? Did he create one when he was governor of Rivers State? How many opportunities did he? How many opportunities did he create for the youth in the Rivers State that please be employed? How many for them? What has he done in the oil sector? You know that state is the owner of the oil we're talking about in Nigeria. What has he done?
Okay, thank you for coming on to the platform. It's a very wonderful.
Oh,
Good morning to you, Mr. Oluwa.
David, good morning. What's happening? What are we talking about?
It's a very splendid morning. How was your weekend?
Well, we give glory to God. We give glory to God.
Okay, glory to God.
Give glory to
Now,
God. God can't see today.
exactly.
So we are free now to analyze what is happening.
Now, the Ministry of Defense budget for 2024 is 3.25 trillion. Despite that huge amount of budget, banditry and kidnapping is still the major problem affecting Nigerian state. As of yesterday, a principal was killed, and then Abuja was also on rampage too. How would you react to this?
See, what I will say about it, you say 2024, that was a huge budget.
3.2 trillion was being given
to secure the security of Abuja. Because Abuja is
Nigeria.
Yes, and Abuja is particularly the capital of Nigeria. Okay, when you see what is happening now, you can see that line of money, I can say, was not utilized. It was embezzled because there was no fee on it. Can you imagine the family of six, that was a week ago, the same Abuja. The family of six girls. At the end of the day, one was killed. And the principal, see, Nigeria is not sincere. Let us be frank with ourselves. The government is not sincere with the populace. They are just telling us the story that was happening, and the story is not real. Okay, what about the millions of camera they say they buy the FCT? So in a way, buy Nigeria a giant, call Nigeria a giant. Nigeria is a lion. Let us take it like that. Nigeria is a lion of Africa. But our leaders are kings. Allah, what? They are kings. The way they handle the language is a Tata level. Abuja is not safe anymore. Now I saw Wike, even though because Wike was not telling the whole Nigeria that Abuja now, the criminals should not know that their days are number. Okay, what are we going to be listening every day or they will be killing Nigeria every day? When Abuja is not safe, will Lagos be safe? Will Edo be safe? In Nigeria generally will be safe. So where are we going from there?
Now, Mr. Lua, what do you think the Ministry of Defense should do or that is not doing to avert this issue of kidnapping? Because sorry, 3.25 trillion is a huge amount of money to safeguard the country.
It's not a small money. That money can even take care of some 10-15 countries in Africa. But we here now see the solution there is for us to checkmate, renew our heart, our mind, to let them know that let us do the right thing. If Nigeria do the right thing, Nigeria will not be kidnapping every day.
If Nigeria do
the right thing, the government, see, they are hearing billions of dollars fill up on the faces of people, and Nigeria generality are suffering. So the lion went down the street and do. But when Nigeria sit down and think twice against about the real human being called Nigeria, the language will be saved. The atmosphere will be safe for you and I to live.
Okay, now to the other question now. The former governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amechi, have told Nigerians not to leave the country. There are numbers that he said that see there are plenty opportunity for youth because most Nigerians have done this habit of japa. Every Nigerian wants to japa, become a nation now. So how would you react to it? Do you say Nigerians that have opportunity should leave, or they should listen to the former governor of Rivers State? He said Nigerians should not leave because there are plenty of opportunities in Nigeria.
See, he's a former governor of Rivers State. He was a minister. He's seen now the corridor of power. So they have the tools to make things not to be like that. But according to the reality, everybody is looking for opportunity to live. Don't live, but see what's happening in Abuja. See what's happening in Nigeria generally. See, when you finish school, you don't have work. You just go there to collect your certificate. If you don't have influence, you are jobless. Majority of them driving marwa after your degree. So the language, the atmosphere is bad. So the government is part of the government. Badness is a part of the government. They should arrest the language and let Nigeria see the truth. You see, the truth will set you free. Nigerian youth are not seeing the truth. They don't see the truth. When you say tomorrow bread will be 4 naira and tomorrow bread will see 25 naira, 100 million, how will you feel with you?
So now you are saying Nigerians, if they have the opportunity to leave the country, let them leave.
You live. You see, I will not tell you to go in a place that you will be saved, that sit down in a place that will not be safe. And to live is not easy. You have to have some documents, some money, big money. You can't live with 500,000 naira. You can't jackpot with 500,000. You can't jackpot to any country with 500,000. So how are you going to get it? So when you have the opportunity, go, because it's so environment is hard for us to stay.
It's hard for us to stay.
It's hard. They are making it hard for us to stay.
Thank you for coming to the program, Mr. Oluwawan. Today's program was splendid. We had to come to the streets to get the opinion of our viewers. You can always subscribe to our YouTube channel, News.TV. Just click on the subscribe button and then you will get undiluted information from the people on the streets. This program is started on the streets. Thank you for always keeping it real with us.